We are building a custom village with all the professions, plus some you haven't heard of, and then I'm going to give it to you as a world download. Don't you go anywhere. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance. We are in my custom villager world. It's been ages since we've been here. We've done all kinds of villagers way back in the past. In fact, it was 1.16.1 the last time we were here. And now we're going to add another one. It's about time, frankly. Then I'm going to give it to you as a world download and I hope you enjoy it. This world download and the associated schematics are available to my redstone, that is tier 2 patrons and above. Information on that is on avomance.com and you can also go to my Discord. It's time we added an armourer, so let's jump over to our flat tutorial world and make a start. I've jumped over into a flat world to make this as clear as I possibly can without any of the other buildings in the way. Then we're going to make it into a schematic, give the schematic and the world with it pasted in as a download to my redstone patrons and above. And this is the kind of palette I think we're going to use. We're going to use very little wood. This sky deals with hot stuff, so wood might burn. It's going to be very stony. We're going to mix the palettes in, and obviously we need a blast furnace. This is an armourer. We're going to go for a pretty simple template here. We've got an 11 by 11 square right in the middle, a 9 by 9 square on the right hand side, and a 7 by 7 on the left. Interested to see how this one works out. So the first thing I wanted to do was give myself a one high floor. So I'm using this stone brick. I think it's good for a start, and what I can do is I can variegate that out once I've got the entire platform in, using maybe a little bit of cobble and probably putting in some andesite. And because this is now 117, I'm plopping in a little bit of tuff as well. I think that tuff really offsets against that cobble and that stone brick. It works really, really well. After that, I'm putting a row of stairs underneath. I'm lifting up that edge and then bringing a stair platform towards the front. That means that I can have an indent that I can do something just a little bit later on with. I then start to build up the first wall row and variegate that out with some cobble and some other blocks like tuff. I then thought, let's put some iron bars around the bottom. I thought it would a good trim on top of those upside down stairs. This is an armourer. He's going to be working with metal. And as a result, I thought also those windows would be good, using those as metal rails as well. He's made his own house. He's made it out of stone. He's probably used the stonemason as his friend to get this sorted. But I like the idea of mixing up that metal and that stone. Variegate those different walls out using exactly the same technique as the floor and the lower levels. And then we've got something we can build a structure on. The back needs a curved area. I wanted to bring it out and make it round. I know that's not in the original template, but that is going to be a really important area for the house. So we've got our basic shape now for this house. Behind me here is going to be a bit of a living area. Stairs are going to go up to the upstairs. Behind me here is maybe a bit of a workshop. And behind me here is where the foundry is going to be. And I want to separate this foundry out just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, if I build up a wall there and a wall there, they are in line. Yes, they are. I start to just bring a bit of an arch across, because I want just to make it separate, but in a slightly more fancy schmancy way. You can see we're getting that foundry arch, and inside here we can be doing all the really hot work. Here we're going to build up those stairs. This wall is going to be another level high before we make the floor for the upstairs. I think we're ready to go. Let's get on with it. So I'm going to bring these walls up another level. I love the way that this variegation works with the cobble and the tuff. I've taken out any andesite in the walls because I didn't want to incorporate that with the floor as well. And now we've got this next level. I've decided to move the room across. I was originally going to go left hand side, but now I'm going to go right hand side for the stairs and the living area. I also variegate that bit out as well in exactly the same way, so it's continuous. The floor for the upper level is going to be stone. I don't want it to catch fire from all the lava at the back. That would be a bad day for everybody. So that's going to be stone slab, although I did bring in a wooden lintel across the front just to offset the colour, make it look a little bit different, and also you would use wooden lintels like that to be able to support the structure. We can then begin to build up the second floor wall, and it's going to be continuous with the first floor in exactly the same way. However, we're going to use some wooden fence post as opposed to metal fence post, because I think that's going to make a nice colour change. I've got a mezzanine area right in the middle there, in front of what is going to become a fireplace. Maybe the fireplace wouldn't be that close to a wooden mezzanine, but it is in this house, why not? Continuing up with those two high fence posts made out of wood, and then I'm going to start to build up that chimney area. This is going to be a chimney area at the back. The foundry is underneath it, and there's also going to be a fireplace on the second floor. I don't think the chimney is going to be this tall. I think it's going to get just a little bit taller once we add in that roof. We need to variegate it up in exactly the same way though. So I'm adding in tuff, I'm adding in cobble, and I'm also putting in some steps and some slabs just to make it a little bit different shape. We're also going to build up those walls again, variegate them out, bring them up another couple of levels because we want it to be continuous. And it needs to be a little less flat. I'm just looking at the front of it now and I'm thinking that's not very good. So I'm bringing out some wooden detail using some upside down spruce steps. That works really well. Building out that fireplace, as we said before, just making it curved and then beginning to variegate the floor, just using a little bit of those slabs, andesite and cobble. I think it works beautifully. I'm then trimming up the roof. I decided we'd go with a fairly shallow roof at the sides. Those two apexes shutting out on each side, and then we add a front facing gable right there. Just a 10-10 gable, nothing too complicated, because I think this is a big house. If we start to make a more complicated roof, it's going to make it even bigger. So the two shallow roofs coming in to join with that apex 10-10 gable right in the middle, making sure I join them up using various slabs and stairs. And then I thought I'd bring in two more wooden lintels poking out towards the front at the top level. Again, it gives a little bit more detail to the front and a little bit more realism with a window there as well. I then start to bring in some detail around the sides of the house. It really is too flat. Even with all that variegation, it needs something else. So we're bringing in things like trapdoors, we're bringing in things like lanterns on fence posts, and I think again it adds a lot more depth, significantly more texture, and it makes the house look alive. It was then time to increase up that chimney. I've already put in a load of bushes all around the front just to make it look even more alive still. Add some texture to the top of the roof, and we are virtually done with the outside of this house. So that's most of the outside done, but we've still got a completely internal area. It's a big grand house, but the Armourer is probably a big grand rich trader as well. So let's get on with the inside. So having switched these rooms around, this side is going to be the living space, this side is going to be the workspace, the stairs going up here, and this can be pretty much all living space, I imagine, with a bedroom and that kind of thing. Also at the back here, most importantly, this is the forge area that we need to turn into a real working environment. Lava, magma blocks, all that kind of thing. We're going to make it happen. Let's do it. Starting with the most important part inside first, and that is the foundry. What is this place without the foundry? Putting in some chains and some dispensers there because it looks like they're running through the holes of the dispensers. Filling out the roof a little bit. We've got the lava, we've got the magma blocks, we've got some water so we can cool things down. Those glow panels there, I just put them in for decoration. I'm not actually going to put anything in them. Making sure obviously we've got the blast furnaces, otherwise these guys are not going to be armourers. Got some campfires underneath that lava just so we can get some smoke to give a little bit more realism. I can then begin to build out this living area. We've got a little bit of a working space. He's got some dark oak stairs because that's what we do in all of these buildings, some carpet, and then we put in some armor stands at the back. He's got another working area over the other end coming through that window. Lots and lots of armor stands there, along with lots of shelving. And then I figured might as well put some armor on them, right? So we've got some armor on the armor stands, just odd pieces, not complete. And then I start to detail up inside some lanterns, make the floor a little bit more lit up, and then we move upstairs. Upstairs, I build out that fireplace with two campfires, just makes it again a nice cozy feel. Put in a bed, put in some more shelving, candles, because the 117's got these awesome candle blocks, a little bit more carpet, again some shelving, more armor stands, but these are his armor, some storage. Also building up the other end, cover up the end of that gable, put in some green, make it more alive. Make sure you use bushes in your builds, people. It really makes a big difference to the way they look. Painting above the mantelpiece with again a few more candles. I hope those candles don't set fire to the painting. And we have got a nice living space. And the Armourer's house is complete. Now all I need to do is create a schematic so you've got something to download, and then put it into the village in just the right place so as it complements all the other houses. Let's go and do that now. I've placed the Armourer's house right on the edge of the village, just outside of the town centre, not too far from the merchants, because this guy is going to be trading lots. This armour is going to be valuable, and that's how he can afford such a massive house. It's out the edge. We're going to grow more houses out behind it, and then we'll perhaps put a perimeter around the entire village to make it look more like a town. I'm going to offer you this now for download. If you want to download this, you need to be one of my Redstone patrons, that is tier 2 patrons or above. You can find out information for that on avomance.com. You also get the schematic plus a load of other schematics from this village as well. Also, lots of free downloads available on avomance.com too. What villager house should I do next? If you've been following this series, you'll know the ones we've already done, but what do you think we should be doing? Or maybe there's a villager that you think there should be, but hasn't been created yet. Let me know about that one as well. I've already done some of those. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you enjoy them, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.